Hi, book lovers. I'll be reviewing how to speak in public today. My name is Victoria Odarinde, and I welcome you to the Bookmarkers on Pen TV. Today, I'll be reviewing How to Speak in Public by Eugene, Ehrlich, and Hawes. The book is a book of 276 pages, and the pages are filled with nuggets that will polish your public speaking skills. Okay, so let's get to the book. The chapter 1 that talked about secrets of success to speaking on the public. And what are those secrets? One of the secrets is maintain eye contact. When you're speaking to an audience, try to maintain eye contact with your audience, and this is how you do it. When let's say you have a large hall, look straight into the middle, look into the eye of someone into the middle, then you look at the right side, at the far right side, and then at the far left side, then come back to the middle. Then you cannot go a little bit, tilt your eyes a little bit to the right, not to the far right now, not to the far corner, to the middle and the right, and then you tilt a little bit to the left, look at them. That way, almost everybody in the hall will feel that you're looking at them. You'll be able to connect with your audience. That's one of the secrets they shared in chapter 1. Another secret they shared is that you should speak up. You should speak up. That is, let your voice be loud. Let your voice be loud. Let people hear you. You know, you can sometimes you might have experienced that you see someone in the hall speaking on the front, and at the back you don't hear the person. So if you are using the sound system, make sure that the sound system is working out well before you mount the podium. Another secret is, apart from speaking up, is speaking slowly. Now, you know you're not going in there to rap. This is when you're rapping, you say, oh, you're rejoicing the Lord in the salvation Cain and all of that. You mingle words together. But this time you are talking, you're communicating. Slow down, slow down. You don't have to be fast. Now, you don't make the mistake of speaking loud. You know, sometimes we kind of speaking loud and speaking fast, you know, they are different. Speak loud, but speak slowly. Let's hear what you are saying. Let's hear what you're saying. That's another secret. Another secret is you should banish space fillers. As much as you can, banish space fillers. And what are space fillers? Those things you say, you know, you understand. When you keep repeating the phrase, and you keep repeating such phrases, you are just filling the space. That just, sometimes you can just say when you talk, say before you say the next thing, say instead of saying pause a little bit and you continue. Try as much as you can to banish space fillers. Those things can be tiring sometimes. When you're listening to someone and the person keeps filling up the space with or you know, and within just 5 minutes, the person have said up to like 20 times, like 10 times. That is something you should try as much as possible to work on, to make sure you don't use space fillers. And then when you progress to the next chapter, when you get to chapter 2 of the book, it talks about practicing. Now, those things you know, try to practice them. And how do you practice? Look for opportunities to talk. Now, when you go to a program and someone is saying, send someone to ask a question, or do you want to pass a comment, as much as you can, just think of something reasonable. So be very short. Raise up your hand, make use of that opportunity, and try to use what you have learned. You can look around you, you can look to your left, you can look to the right, you can look at the person asking the question. Try to make use of seeking opportunities. Another thing is sometimes you may not have the opportunity. Sometimes it might be that you will have to create the opportunities yourself. You have to create the opportunities yourself. You can just organize a small program, or when something is happening, you can just ask 2-3 people to please wait and let us talk about this issue. You'll be the one to take the lead, talk about the issue, and then you give everybody a chance to talk to. You are creating opportunities to talk that way. So create your opportunities instead of just waiting for opportunities. And when opportunities come, try to make use of the opportunities. But if you don't have enough opportunities, try to create your opportunities yourself. Another thing that's shared in that chapter when it comes to practicing is when you are talking, you can record your voice. Sometimes when you go out, if it is possible, you can just pick your phone, click on the sound recorder, record your voice as you go. When you come back home, listen to your voice. That way you'll be able to say you are the best judge of yourself. Yes, you are the best judge of yourself. You'll be able to say, oh, I'm supposed to have said this. I'm not supposed to have said this. Okay, next time when I'm faced with this kind of thing, I'll say this. Or sometimes when you want to go and talk in church, let's say you want to ask a question in the Sunday school or wherever you are, you can just click on your sound recorder. Yes, record your voice, and then at night or so you can listen to your voice. You will notice that with time I did that, because this book is special to me. When I was just starting out, I was still an undergraduate, I read it, so you can see it's almost kind of old. I read it back then, and then I used it to teach public speaking course, a summer course, public speaking as a summer course. I used it to teach my students, and I know that it's very helpful to them. So this book, what I did is whenever I record my voice, I listen over and over, and if possible, don't just delete. Okay, because I have recorded my voice yesterday, let me delete it before recording another one. As much as you can, you don't just save them, at least to see your progress. You will notice that you are getting better and better with time. If the voice you listen to today, because when I'm talking, I know I am recording my voice, and I know that I want to improve. I make use of those things I have learned from what I listened to yesterday. I'll make use of them today. With time, I'll get better. And maybe after, when you are consistently doing it, maybe after a year, you can go back and listen to your conversation a year ago, and then your conversation now. You will notice the progress. You will notice that there was a difference. Although it may not be something drastic, and change most times, maybe not all the time, change most times take time. It takes time. So you get better gradually. For you to know that you are better after you have been using these things consistently, you can just go back to listen to what you have done in the past. You can just go back to the record of a year ago, or 6 months ago, or 3 months ago, and then you will notice that it is getting better and better. For chapter 3, we have build your vocabulary. I don't know how much we can emphasize that. Build your vocabulary. That is what is in chapter 3. We talk about how important it is to build your vocabulary. You know, there's something I feel about vocabulary. It's like your bank account, your account in the bank, where you have to be saving for you to withdraw. Especially a savings account. It's that you have to save. The more you save, the better you can withdraw. For example, if I have 1,000 naira, just 1,000 naira, I can only withdraw maybe 1,000 naira. I can't withdraw 5,000 naira. So the more you fill your bank, your vocabulary bank, the better it is. When you're talking, you will have words to use. You will not be stuck, and then. So if you know a speaker, even if you are not a speaker, you know one thing about public speaking, it can be useful for you anywhere, everywhere. It makes you close deals faster. It can even get you a promotion at a place of work. It can get you to be persuasive, to be able to convince people to buy your product as a marketer. Almost every field you need to talk, because we are wired that way to communicate. to communicate with others. So you need to build your vocabulary, read books, check words up. When you see an unfamiliar word, try to check the meaning. Once you check the meaning, that word will stick to you. And then, if possible, as soon as you learn your word, try to look for a way of using it in your words around that time, so it will stay in your bank. That means you've deposited that word in your bank. Now let's move to chapter 4. The chapter 4 of this book talks about the silent elements. The silent elements when it comes to communication. And what are those silent elements? You'll be shocked that what you wear is one of the elements of communication, because sometimes when you wear good clothes and you look good, you'll be confident, you'll be able to just express yourself, you'll be confident, and there's a way that your confidence within shows in what you say. So you need to look good when you're going out. Try to wear good clothes, try to dress well. Another thing, another silent element is your gesture, your look, how you move your hands, how you move your body language, because those things also communicate with people. They communicate to people. So you just have to maintain your hand movement, and this comes with practice. It comes with practice. It is something that you do over and over, and then you get better. From the beginning, you may be doing them consciously, may have to do them consciously, and then with time they'll be part of you, so much that even if you're unconscious of your body language, you will be moving your body based on what you want, because it is something that you have practiced over time, and it is part of you. Your body language, your gesture, your look, your dressing, this and many more are part of the silent elements when it comes to talking, when it comes to public speaking. Chapter 5 talks about the basics of good talks. The basics of good talks. What are those things? The underlying things that will make you get out there, talk with confidence, and achieve the aim for your talk. You know, when you talk, there will be a reason you're talking, either to convince, either to persuade, either whatever it is, either to motivate, to charge up your audience, or to teach, or whatever it is. There are some basic elements of good talks, and one of them is preparation. Yes, but then you see people come out and talk with confidence and boldness. Most times it's because they are prepared. They know what they want to say. So when you are to deliver a speech, try as much as you can to prepare ahead of time. You know your onions, know what you are saying, get to make your research before giving the speech. So preparation really matters. Your preparation really matters. Another thing is, whatever you want to talk about, try to define the central idea of your speech. What is the central idea? What's the major thing I want to pass across? Then for the central idea, try to divide up into three. We'll have the introduction, we have the middle, and then we'll have the conclusion. As much as you can, let your introduction include the central idea. Let your introduction include the central idea. Then the middle, you can expand the central idea. You can give details. You can tell them the intricacies of your central idea. And at the conclusion, if as much as you can, let it include central idea. Your central idea is just like when you pick up a project, let's say a final year project of a student. When you check the chapter one should give you insight into what is there, and then at the conclusion you should be able to know what has been done in this project, and then what others can do. So now it's just like your speech too. The introduction should give us the central idea. The middle should give us the details and how to go about it. The mentor, it's the steps, whatever. Then at the conclusion, the conclusion should include the central idea and then call to action also. It should include that. Now let's move on to the next chapter. Going forward, we talked about prepared speech. Sometimes you get out, you will not have to start talking. You have to read from a book. Now, how do you write that? Because the speech, you are delivering a speech, but it is a prepared speech. How do you write that? You make sure that you put in mind those basics of a good talk when you're writing it. Make sure the introduction, just like what I said, what they said in the last chapter, the author said in the last chapter, you make sure that you put into consideration the introduction, the middle, the details, and then the central idea again on the conclusion. So it's just like when you're writing, have it in mind that you're talking. When you are writing a speech, have it in mind that you're talking. Write as if you were talking. So when you're writing a prepared speech, write as if you were already talking. So that is the basis of writing a prepared speech. Going forward in the book, the authors talked about telephone conversation. Yes, that's also a conversation, and most time we don't feel that it's a public talk, the public talk. Yes, most of us just feel it's a conversation between I and the next person, but there are times that your voice will be recorded when you call, even unknown to you, and there are times that several people may have to listen to your telephone conversation over time. So when you are talking to someone on the phone, just assume that many people will still hear what you are saying, because the person can record it and then play it somewhere else. So when you're talking, you need to put some things in place. Good, you don't have the advantage of making eye contact, you don't have the advantage of body movement and all of that, but then you can still speak well. And how do you do that? When you talk on the phone, try to smile. Do you know that sometimes when you talk on the phone with someone, sometimes you can, in spite that you are not seeing the person, you will get to know if the person is angry, you will get to know if the person is happy. Yes, if someone calls you, the person can feel you are happy. Sometimes you can speak with someone on the phone and you just feel like, oh, what's happening? Tell me, speak to me. Is there something going on? Or sometimes you say, oh, you are happy. What is that? What is making you smile over there? Without hearing any sound. Because the way the person is talking, you can sense that this person is happy. So when you talk on the telephone, make sure you smile. Smile and talk. It makes your voice more palatable. It makes your voice sweet. It makes your voice lovely. So when you communicate on the phone, try to smile while talking. That is what most customer care representatives do. When you call them, you feel good because they'll speak with you. They'll be smiling wherever they are, and then you feel it because we communicate even through telephone. And then towards the end, there are so many chapters that are dedicated for different professions. Okay. One is dedicated for executives, going to meeting, how to talk at meetings or board meetings, how to speak with colleagues and all of that. There's another chapter that is dedicated to politicians. Yes, politicians, how to go out there, talk, campaign to win elections. How to make promises, how to make people want you in the place of power, how to make people want to vote you to rule over them. So there are different chapters for different professions towards the end of the book. This is a great book that I recommend to everyone. How to Speak in Public by Eugene, Ehrlich and Hawes. The authors did a fantastic work on the book, and the book has really helped me. So Next week, I'll bring you another book. If you don't have time to read, you're busy and all of that, not to worry. I'll read and come and give you the salient point in the books that I have read. My name is Victoria Odemide, and this, once again, this is the Bookmarkers on Pen TV. Please click on the subscribe button, and I will appreciate to know your comment. I'll appreciate to know what you feel about the book, what you feel about this review. You can leave your comment. Thank you. See you next time.